Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches. It's been a while. Just a lot of stuff has happened. And this is not going to be a typical video. I'm just going to kind of recap what has happened. I don't want this to turn into Saskia complains for an hour. So I don't know. Guess we'll see. I do want to kind of, update you guys a little bit. So that we can hopefully get back to regularly scheduled content very soon. But yeah, I have been keeping my notes, so I might just, look through them, talk a little bit about what's been happening. Yeah, because I've been gone for like a month now. Oops. Yeah, so basically what happened is I got sick, and I'm still battling residual symptoms, but this is kind of what happens when, I as a chronically ill person with a compromised immune system gets, like a cold, is it sticks with me for weeks. Yeah, because I probably talked about it last video, is that I was having a sore throat. So I just basically that sore throat developed into coughing, headaches, lots of sneezing, and just being unable to talk for quite a bit, and that wasn't fun. I had a tough time deciding not to upload a YouTube video then, but I literally couldn't because I couldn't talk, so I couldn't make a voiceover. And I was just really scared because I don't want to, just stop uploading again and burn out, what have you. So I was afraid of that, but I ultimately decided, I like YouTube so much, and I like making videos so much that I'll continue to do it when I feel better. So I decided to skip an upload, and that turned into skipping quite a few because I just wasn't getting any better. The rest of that week I also wrote down some more stuff, and I finished that document. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, is I for a therapy been writing down some stuff that happened to me when I was younger, to kind of get a better idea, I guess, of what I remember, because I've repressed a lot of things, and so through writing them down I was able to kind of loosen those memories a little bit and remember stuff. So that's been hard, been tough, because when I started I was like, I'll just write a little bullet point list and it doesn't have to be longer than a page or two, and that turned into almost 60 pages of stuff. So I'd repressed a lot more than I thought I had, and that was kind of, it was scary to think about, and at the same time it's good because I realized just how how much stuff I still have to work through, because it still bothers me a lot. So hopefully with the right kind of therapy and stuff, that might ease some of my fear, anxiety, and just difficulties, I guess. Laptop is going a little bit nuts. Oh, I wish I could turn the fans off on this thing because it's so annoying whenever I'm recording. It just decides to, you know, there's no other apps open. It's just this recording software, but that has to be too much, apparently. Yeah. So that was already, you know, tough on top of the feeling sick and what have you. But I managed. I was just, you know, experiencing a lot of excess anxiety and things like that on top of everything. And that came with you know, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of pain, executive dysfunction, that sort of stuff. And that was that week. And then the week after that, I think. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, that was when my stomach decided to give me a lot of trouble. So I got a lot of discomfort and pain and things like that. And that wasn't fun. A lot of bad pain days. This week. What else? I had a screening appointment for therapy. For, you know, the stuff that I've been writing down, and, you know, other things as well. And that was difficult because, you know, it was just a phone call where I basically had to explain, hey, you know, I'm messed up in the head and I need help. But yeah, you know, just so much pain, I guess, and it's hard to just explain that over a phone call, I guess, like, hey, I've been traumatized and victimized throughout my life, help me please. And, you know, it's difficult because at that point they're still, you know, deciding, hey, do you need help or do you not need help? I'm like, yes, please, just help me, I've been wanting to go to this kind of therapy for months now, please. Because these waiting lists are so long. It's very annoying. Because, you know, because I haven't slept in about a week. I stay up thinking I will die. Yeah. Also, I was at this time wanting to work on a gift for my parents because my parents' wedding anniversary was coming up, and I wanted to make a big painting for them. But I was, you know, I was just so swamped with executive dysfunction and just exhaustion, basically, that I wasn't able to get started on it yet. And even though I still had a few weeks left, you know, I'd gathered all the materials and stuff, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but it just wasn't working out. I wasn't able to get started on it because I was just so exhausted, and I felt so just helpless, really. Just helpless because I could only barely take care of myself, like, you know, drag myself out of bed, eat food, maybe go for a walk, you know, and then go to sleep. And it was just too much. And I couldn't get anything else in between because I was sick still, because I was coughing a lot, you know, headaches and sneezing and everything. I was so tired, so tired. And, you know, whenever I'm sick, all my other symptoms get worse as well. So it's having more pain, more exhaustion, more stomach problems, everything. It was very annoying. And, you know, I just couldn't do anything but, like, kind of, you know, get through the days, survive. And it was difficult. And what's worse is that the weather got really, really bad. So another thing that makes my symptoms worse is when it's hot and humid outside. I do not know what it is, but the combination of the heat and the humidity makes it really, really hard to move. Just like, I don't know what it does, but it makes my muscles feel very heavy. And I like, basically it's like this, you know, like the gravity has increased or something. And it just gets harder to move, and it gets harder to you know, make the energy or the effort to get up and move. And you know, I also have a POTS, so that's that heart condition, and that also gets like really bad whenever whenever you know it gets so hot and humid. It's hard to breathe, and it's hard to get up without, you know, my heart beating far too much and getting dizzy and everything. It's really hard and difficult and annoying because I just wanted to do stuff, but I couldn't. And you know, as the weeks went by, it was getting harder and harder to you know, get started on that painting, and there was more pressure to get to work on that painting, because the anniversary was coming up, and I really wanted to finish it before then. But I just had to it was dreadful to just have to watch the days go by and just not be physically able to pick up the canvas and pick up the pencil or the paint and just do the painting. I eventually did manage to get started on the painting, and then the Friday after that, I had the intake appointment. And by this time, I think the weather had cooled down a little bit. So the intake from the screening, and thankfully, I think that it went well, and I am very hopeful that they'll be accepting me into therapy, I guess, and doing stuff to help me. But then that Friday night, my dad had to be rushed to the hospital because he had pain on his chest and pressure on his chest. And you know what that could be a sign of, but you know, we didn't know what it was. So I woke up on Saturday to a text from my mum that they were at the hospital, that she didn't know what was going on, that they, you know, that he had the pain on his chest, and I was really scared, and I got a big panic attack. And a lot of you know, very fearful, painful thoughts. Thankfully, it wasn't anything cardiovascular, and something that was you know, not life-threatening, but it was painful. So they put my dad on painkillers, and he was allowed to go home, and he absolutely wanted the wedding anniversary to continue. So they had the big party, and I wasn't there because I you know, physically can't handle that much going on around me, like that many people, and that much excitement, that much socializing and stuff. I just do not have the energy for it. Physically and mentally, I can't do it. So thankfully they didn't make me attend. But it was hard to spend that night alone. because I was again just swamped with so many fears and thoughts and anxiety about, you know, something going wrong. I was very scared, even though, you know, knew that the condition wasn't life-threatening. Something inside me couldn't really believe it. So I was constantly on the lookout for things that might be going wrong. And that was also when I remembered a couple questions that I was asked during the intake. That kind of made me pause a little bit, because I recognized some of the questions as diagnosis criteria for OCD. And I talked to a friend of mine who has OCD about that, and kind of came to the conclusion that I relate to a lot of the symptoms of the obsessions and the compulsions, especially because it's not just health related, but that would be a big part of it. So I am going to be discussing that during the next appointment, because I wonder, you know, if that could be something that I might have, because it would explain a lot of things for me. Because, you know, there's a couple of things that that I think you know, that I can contribute to autism or to PTSD. But then there's other things, other anxieties, other worries, other things that I do that I can't quite place under either of those categories. So I do wonder if that's what it is, or if it's something else, or, you know. So that might be interesting. But yeah, I'm very curious to hear what they'll be diagnosing me with. If they'll be able to diagnose me immediately, I don't know. But I do want, you know, everything carefully looked after, carefully considered. But yeah. So this is why I've been gone. This is why I haven't really been able to make videos. I'm glad to talk about it and get it off my chest, I hope. It didn't really feel like you know, me just trying to be a victim or whatever, or just complaining, I guess. But yeah, it's been hard, but I do hope to get back to making YouTube videos very soon. And I will try to have a video out next week. Don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try. And I'm excited, I guess, to you know, to do some fun things again. Yeah, I am excited to draw stuff, to make stuff, and you know, talk about fun stuff that's been happening, because this hasn't really been fun the past couple weeks. You know, there's been a couple little things that have been nice, because my parents really like the painting, for example, or I've been playing a game, Metopia, and that's been very funny. Very, you know, light-hearted and nice to play. But yeah, the piece that I've been drawing, I guess, throughout this video is one that I made in a hyper focus. I spent, I think, 10 hours one day just drawing. Just drawing. I traced the first sketch layer because I had assembled this huge composition and stuff, and I would be able to, you know, to draw it without tracing, but it would have added many hours to the work, and I would have I just wanted to draw this for like my mental health, I guess. It's event piece. So I decided to trace that a little bit. But yeah, tracing is a tool, right? And you should be able to use it, I think, because all of these photographs are stock photographs, right? I'm not like ripping anybody's work off, and I think it's transformative enough to the point where you're like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to replace the original work with this. So yeah, I'm aware of of the taboo around tracing, but tracing really is a tool that you should be able to use, I think, in my opinion, my humble opinion, if you're, you know, responsible with it. But yeah, this piece has to do with my trauma. It is basically a reimagining of one of the traumatic events, but with all my characters there to protect me instead. Not all of them, but like a bunch of them. And I do really like how the piece turned out. These characters help me so much. Just in feeling like I'm not alone or helpless, defenseless. And give me courage and a hope. So I'm very thankful to have him. So, this has been quite the video, huh? I don't even know what I've said. Just been talking, I guess. Getting stuff off my chest. But I do suppose that's why I wanted to make this channel, and maybe more accurately, why I wanted to switch to this style of content. So, you know, I could show everything, the good and the bad. And just so happens that there have been, you know, a couple bad weeks, and just one thing after another, and there's just so much going on that just makes it hard to function and hard to make things. But I really hope to, you know, put it behind me, get back into the swing of things, make some cool stuff. I want to play some Minecraft again, I really do. Maybe I'll do that next video and add it in. Or maybe I'll feel like playing some tonight or tomorrow, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, for listening. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you, because, you know, basically this whole channel and this whole video and all that, this stuff is just for me to get stuff off my chest and to, you know, to keep a log, I guess, of what's been happening, and to, I don't know, to vent, to talk, to whatever. But I appreciate people wanting to listen to me, to what I have to say, because, you know, taking me seriously, listening to me without judgment, whatever. Because unfortunately, I haven't really gotten a lot of that. In my life, outside of online. So I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for listening, and hopefully next week I'll be back with another video that has a couple more good, fun, happy things in them. Maybe some Minecraft, maybe some cool art, but we'll see. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and have a great weekend, guys. Keep on sketching.